Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet again another Sims 4 speed build. As you guys can probably tell by the title, today's is a little bit more of an exciting one, I guess. I am hopping on the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack hype train and I am trying to do some builds that will hopefully get you guys all excited for the new pack. So if you guys haven't been filled in yet, get yourself updated because The Sims did announce a new expansion pack release called The Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle. It's not coming out until like June, which is ages away, but I personally am quite excited for a new expansion pack. It is long overdue that we got some new content in The Sims. So, as per usual, whenever there is a pack announcement, there's always some controversy and a lot of people that, don't like it or whatever, and that's totally fine. I think that it's good to have differing opinions, but I personally am the type of person that just believes new additions to the game are new additions to the game, and I am ready for it. I'm just excited for it. So hopefully if you are one of those people that didn't or if you were one of those people that weren't super excited, hopefully this build gets you a little bit more excited for it and hopefully exposes you to the different types of possibilities of gameplay and builds and just give you some ideas on what you could possibly do with a new Eco Lifestyle expansion pack. So we haven't ever gotten like a pack like this before, let alone like a full-blown expansion pack. I thought that Tiny Living was going to be more like Eco Living, but instead Tiny Living was more about like micro homes and the new kind of benefits that come with, living smaller in a more compact space, not necessarily like eco-friendly or environmentally friendly living. And then we did have the off-the-grid lot trait that came with the island living pack, but again, that wasn't necessarily like sustainable living either. It just was like you happen to live on an island and obviously it's like deserted, so you have this kind of off the grid lot trait. But this one is fully on to sustainability and different sources of energy and stuff like that. So I think that this is going to be something that we've never had and something that is very cool. And all we've had so far is a trailer, you guys. So let's reserve our judgments until we actually see what the pack has to offer. And then as per usual, once I get the pack in my hands, I'll be doing builds and stuff like that for you guys, and we can have deep dive into what I think of it, if you care, and just like what the pack comes with, because yeah, I'm just excited for some new items. I saw the trailer and it had some really cool new build items. Guys, we're getting solar panels. Like real functioning solar panels that attach to the roof and stuff like that. We're getting ladders, which by the way, ladders are a base game update. So even if you don't get the new pack, you can enjoy ladders with the rest of us. And I think that that is super, super fun because ladders have been like a feature that people have been wanting for a long time. So yeah, I'm excited for ladders just because if we want to build some cool tiny houses or tree houses or anything, it'll be great to have that build feature at our disposal. So great job to the Sims team for, releasing some free content for base game users as well. That's pretty much a trend that they've always been following, is when an expansion pack launches or any type of pack, they often follow it up with a free base game update for like features that everybody can enjoy. I think for University, was it University, where they gave us those new configurable staircases? Or no, that was slightly before University, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, they're constantly, giving us some free features that we've been asking for, as well as, paid pack content. So I do really appreciate how they are, giving something for everybody to be excited for. Even if you can't, buy the pack right away, at least you have something else to look forward to, which is ladders. And I know we've all been wanting those. So I haven't talked about the build yet, so I'm so sorry. What am I doing? The pack hype just got me so distracted. But as you can see here, I am building an eco village. So pretty self-explanatory, I guess, but it's going to be a fully sustainable village, kind of like complex of homes and townhomes and lane houses, whatever, that are clearly run on solar energy. I have solar panels everywhere, and it took me forever to find where the solar panels were. I built this on stream. As you guys know, I do all of my speed builds also on stream. I stream every Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come build with me. We built this together on stream, and the whole chat was trying to help me find the solar panels there. And I was looking in the debug menu for ages, and it turns out I had to unlock live edit mode or show live edit objects instead of just show hidden objects. So man, we were looking for this for so long. So I ended up putting like a bunch in the corner there just because I didn't want to need them again and have to find them again. So if you're wondering why they're just like in the corner over there, that's the reason why. I just like stockpiled a bunch in case. So this village is obviously run on solar energy, and I wanted to really incorporate those solar panels. They are from Get Famous. They aren't functional, but this will just give you a good idea of what you could build when you actually have the eco lifestyle expansion pack in your hands. So obviously this isn't using the actual pack, but when the pack does come out, feel free to download this and kind of refurbish it to actually use more pack items. I think that'll be really fun, and I hope that this build will be really transferable. When the pack comes out, you can just like renovate it with the new items. So that is my goal, is to make it as transferable as possible, so that when you guys do get your hands on the game, you can have a build right there for you to put in your game and start playing with and start living sustainably and having an eco lifestyle and stuff like that. So this has definitely given me a lot of kind of excitement for the new pack, just because I've never built anything like this. I've never built a kind of huge little village apartment townhouse complex like this, and yeah, I hope that it works well with the new pack. So basically this technically is an episode of Curb Appeal, but technically not, because I'm not just recreating one thing, and I mainly just use it as inspiration photos. But basically on the left side of the build, I have these kind of mini homes. I have 3 in a row, and I'll put the inspo pic up on the screen right now. Those ones we copied pretty much exactly, so I think that we got those pretty spot on. So I'm definitely very happy with those. I know the screen isn't showing them right now, but you guys probably saw me build them in the beginning. The only modification I made is I did put the solar panel awning kind of at the front, just to make sure I incorporated that solar panel look into those little homes. And I made them all the same and kind of uniform, almost like, I know that you can kind of go in 2 different directions with eco living, and that's why I kind of like how it's different than kind of like off the grid living or even tiny living. Is this build isn't tiny living, and it's not necessarily like roughing it on an island off the grid necessarily. This is more of a kind of like manufactured community. It's very modern, it's very futuristic, and it's very sustainable. Kind of like you can expect that these are the types of neighborhoods and communities that would exist maybe in the future when, the earth has been, worn down from all of our pollution or something like that. We'd have to resort to living in these tight-knit communities of sustainability and eco-living, and it's completely all solar powered and stuff like that. So that's where for me personally, that's where I kind of draw the line between tiny living versus off the grid living from the Island Living expansion pack versus what this pack is potentially going to offer, is that distinction between Sulani, it was kind of like those beach homes. Tiny living, it's very clearly tiny living. Eco living doesn't have to be tiny. So I think that's why they separated it out, at least in my opinion. So that's kind of where I'm justifying this new pack. So yeah, and it's an expansion pack, so they're obviously going to flush it out really well, provide tons of new items. It comes with a new world, obviously, so definitely love that. So that's pretty much what I did for those kind of row homes or those kind of standalone homes. They're all very uniform, all very as if the exact same They use the same floor plan, they use the same like architect to just do all of them. They're all very manufactured. And then in the middle section here, or near the back wall, what I'm doing is I'm making these kind of more industrial looking eco townhomes. They're all completely solar paneled. Again, I put the solar panels around the back, and these ones are a little bit of a cheaper housing option. They're townhomes, they're really skinny. And then what we did end up doing is putting like kind of a glass roof skylight in the middle 2 units, because there are 4 units per townhome, and then the people that live in those 2 middle ones don't get any like outside windows because they share walls with the 2 outside units. So I ended up putting glass roof skylights there instead. I originally had put like that big solar panel on the roof, but it just wasn't looking quite right, and I wanted it to have more of a pointy roof, so I did end up changing that. And I will pop the inspo photo of the townhomes up on the screen right now as well. Really cool, just kind of planty looking eco townhome. Also, by the way, a lot of people ask me, where do I get my inspiration photos for this build? Honestly, what I did, you guys, I just Googled eco village on Google Images, no joke, and I just found a bunch of kind of inspo photos, and I kind of like rolled with it. Usually when I'm looking for inspiration photos, I know I kind of have a general idea of what I actually want to do, so I'm not just like looking blindly in a sea of Google Images or Pinterest images. I know what I want and exactly what look I'm going for, and then I try and find the inspo pic that kind of encompasses my pre-existing vision, if that makes sense. So it's always good to go into your search with kind of an intent, so that you will know exactly when you see the photo, you'll be like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. So it makes it a lot easier that way. So here we're on to the last kind of structure of this little eco village. A lot of people were saying that this has this whole build has like futuristic vibes, kind of like it reminded them of an episode of Black Mirror or something like that. A lot of people were talking about it in the Twitch chat when I was building this, and I've personally never seen Black Mirror, but a lot of people seem to agree, and it was very futuristic. And I was definitely going for that vibe. Like I said, just something really like manufactured and clean and simple, and definitely something more in the future realm, where it's very like modern and just manufactured, like straight lines and a little bit perfect. Like if somebody came into this community, I put it in that little like gated community of Brindleton Bay. Like if somebody came into this community, it would be a big deal. They don't really let anyone in, like they have to get all sanitized and stuff. I also thought it just kind of went well with the current conditions of the world and how we are living. Like maybe these people are really like isolated and stuff like that. People who live in this little eco town are isolated from the world. I don't know. It's giving off a lot of different vibes, and you can totally play the story however you want to, but that was kind of the avenue I wanted to go down, just like this futuristic thing. So basically, I'll pop the semi-inspo photo I had for this portion. It's just basically a giant greenhouse where people can come, anyone from this community can come here and plant stuff for their garden. It's kind of like a community garden, and they can grow their fruits and vegetables and stuff. And every family or every household is assigned like a different row of planters so that they can upkeep what they need. And it's also a nice little community space, so I put a nice little fountain in the middle. I also put picnic tables upstairs so that people can come here at night or in the evening and do their homework and study and sit around and just hang out. So it's kind of like a nice community hangout space and community garden, because since this village is super sustainable, they're gonna want to grow a lot of their own stuff. So I just put it in this giant community greenhouse space. And like I said, I do have an inspo pic here. The inside I just kind of did whatever I want, but I did have a general vibe I was going for, so I'll pop that photo up on screen if I have not already. Somebody in my Twitch chat did give me the amazing idea to put this kind of second level into it, and I think that it was just the most brilliant idea to put that second level and just add so much more dimension to the build. So I can't remember who's the one that gave that suggestion. If it was you, feel free to comment down below. I'll pin your comment. I love that. The chat loved it, and I don't know if I would have added a second level had you not suggested it. So I really love how that turned out, and I do just love how it feels like a nice little community space, but also like a functioning kind of garden space. And besides that, I do think that this lot is quite playable and quite realistic. It does kind of tick the boxes of everything you would need to live an eco lifestyle. So I do have hope that this build will translate well when we do get the actual pack. And yeah, let me know if you guys are going to use it, and if this at all is helping you get excited for the new pack. Before a pack like this, I don't know if we would have played an eco lifestyle gameplay. Like, I'm not sure if we would have done that on our own. I personally probably wouldn't have built something as big and large of a scale as this build had we not had a pack coming out that would cater to this. So yeah, it's definitely helping me kind of build out of my comfort zone. And of course I don't have the pack yet, but I can only hope that this is kind of the vibe we're gonna go down. But yeah, I haven't also, just by the way, because I know it's already 60 minutes into the build and I haven't done the interiors of the homes. I haven't done the interiors of any of the townhomes or the standalone homes, and I'm not actually doing it in this video just because I wanted the focus of this video really to be on the infrastructure and the community and the exterior of this whole eco living life, eco lifestyle, if you will. So I didn't feel that it was as important to do the interiors just because we don't have many eco living catered build items currently. So I just didn't feel that the inside would be as relevant as this kind of outside vision that I had. So I'm actually going to do all the interiors, I think, off camera. And let me know if you guys want to see another, kind of like part 2 speed build showing all the interiors. I think my plan for the interiors is kind of to have them all be the same layout, because again, I am going for that more manufactured feel, but then I'll obviously have different furniture and stuff for each one. But in terms of appliances and stuff, I wanted it to be very uniform throughout all of the townhomes and all of the standalone homes. So that was kind of my vision for that. But yeah, I didn't think that it was necessarily super eco or whatever, so I didn't want to make this build or this video too long. But do let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want to see a speed build of me doing the interior. It'd probably be pretty quick, like I said, because it's going to be pretty uniform throughout. But yeah, let me know, because if you guys want that, I will for sure do that. So this is pretty much where the stream ended. I just did all the exteriors of those, structures, and then what I ended up doing off camera. So if you guys came to the stream, you guys haven't seen this part yet, but I did make this huge community space on the inside. So there's this huge courtyard that kind of connects the 3 different buildings, and that was definitely my vision. It was that's what kind of makes it a village or a community, is this kind of connecting communal space on the inside. So I wanted to put little micro environments into the little spaces where the hedges are. And so this one I ended up putting a little basketball court, just because people need a place to work out and stuff. And then I think I put a little park. Oh, I'm doing the bike rack right now. That's what I ended up doing. So I ended up putting a bunch of bikes, kind of you see around your city. I'm not sure if you guys have that, where you just see bikes where you can rent them and take them out for the day. And I figured if this is an eco lifestyle kind of community, obviously they're probably going to be biking everywhere, not using cars. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to put this big huge bike park near the front and kind of section it off with little glass fencing, just to make it look really a little bit more modern. In terms of the decor and these little micro environments, I kept it very clean, very crisp, all very white, because I feel like it gives it that more futuristic look that I was looking for. So I just have, like I said, a basketball court up there, and then a nice little park for any kids. I figured that a lot of families would live here, so they'd need, a place for their kids to hang out. And then in this area, I wanted to do like a little communal barbecue area. So if they want to get together with their household or even with their neighbors to have a little barbecue, they could have that here. So I had longer tables. I had 2 different barbecue sections in case like there were 2 different parties happening at once. So one with kind of longer tables, and then one kind of more casual section with just like 2-person tables and stuff like that. I definitely really love that. I can see, the community coming together and having like a little barbecue out in that little quadrant, which I think is super cute. And then for the last little area, I debated putting like a little yoga place, but instead I thought it would be cool to kind of incorporate a tiny, tiny little pool in there. Obviously this pool would be made of like recycled water or something weird like that. But yeah, it's super tiny, and I think that's very fitting because if you live in a kind of sustainable, eco-friendly neighborhood, you're not going to have this huge extravagant pool that takes so much energy to heat and run and stuff like that. So it's just a tiny little pool, but I think it's definitely enough for the residents to enjoy. Besides that, I ended up putting these nice little base game planters around everywhere. I totally forgot that we got these in an update like ages ago, but they are kind of new and I don't think I've used them very often, but I think they definitely go with the vibe of this place. I went with the brown swatch with the black, which does complement nicely with the different homes and townhomes that I made that kind of have that same brown, woodish, and black roof color scheme. So those went really well. Here you can see I'm just doing the entrance, and since this is, kind of like a community, kind of like a private gated community in a way of people that are completely eco living and, whatever it is. I did want to put these kind of futuristic looking fences and gates at the front, kind of as if you need to like scan your pass to get into this community. It's not just like a community that anyone can come to. You have to actually be a resident here. So kind of like a gated community in a way. Although I'm not sure how gated communities work. Do you have a pass or something? I don't really know. But it's definitely like the type of place that would be expensive to live here. Sustainable living often isn't the most like cheap thing, especially if you want to do solar panels, if you want to get like always, get organic stuff and whatever. So it's not necessarily the cheapest thing, which is why this community is quite luxurious. It has all the different amenities. It's very modern. Has the state-of-the-art facilities. It's in a gated community in Brindleton Bay. So yeah, I hope you guys are seeing the kind of vibe I was going for and kind of my intent, and also just my intent to draw the line between tiny living and off-the-grid living in Sulani. I hope this brings to light that eco-living isn't necessarily a repeated or rinsed and washed concept with The Sims. It is something that can be completely different, and this is kind of what I picture when I think of eco lifestyle. I don't necessarily think off the grid living in a tiny shack. Sometimes I think big, luxurious, modern, but it's more futuristic. So that's kind of what's getting me hyped up on the pack. I hope that you guys are also maybe getting hyped up on the pack. I know that pretty much all of you guys in my chat were already hyped, but if you were one of those people that was maybe a little bit on the fence about it, I hope that this maybe lets you see it in a different light and gets you excited for what's to come. I don't know if any other builders on YouTube are seeing the pack this way, but if you guys are excited for something more along these lines, definitely stay tuned to some of my future builds or any of the content I will be releasing when I get early access to the pack, since I am going to be getting the pack a little bit early for you guys so I can do some reviews and stuff like that. So if you want to see more content like this, feel free to stay tuned, and I hope you guys are excited. But besides that, I'm pretty much just putting in all of the outdoor lighting and stuff. just to make sure that the build looks good at night. I have never done a build to this scale before, you guys, so let me know how I did. It was a huge challenge, and I appreciate everybody who did come out to the stream to help me and give me some input, but I am so happy with the way that it turned out. Also, if you guys are watching this today, which is Monday the 11th of May, I will be streaming tomorrow on Twitch at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys want to come out to the stream tomorrow or the next week, do let me know what you guys think of it down below. You know, it wasn't really a recreation, but rate my build out of 10. Why not? Just do it. And again, let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see a part 2 where I furnish the interior of these homes, and also let me know what kind of vibe you want to put in each home or something like that, and I'll try and cater to that. But besides that, the video is done and the screenshots should be rolling. Oh, I love how it turned out. You know, it's so big, it's such a large scale, so I am happy with how I filled it out. But of course, let me know what you guys think of it. I hope you guys do enjoy it. But besides that, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought about it. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody!